we're going to get into the Michael Porter Jr. trade allegations. There's word on the streets that he will 100% be traded.
And if he is traded, is he going to be traded to the Golden State Warriors, which would be, I think, a great move for the Warriors. Obviously, Chill Mars, we've been waiting on somebody to pop into that Warrior system to where they're able to be a high-level shooter, shot creator, all those other things.
Sure.
Michael Porter Jr. is having an insane season, and one of the things I think that's really going to help them is the Nets are kind of incentivized to get off of him. It's like he's almost playing too well, but reportedly, Mars and Chill, they're also going to get potentially maybe the 2032 unprotected first-round pick, which means they will have a late-era Jokic first-round pick in 31, and then a no Steph Curry era first-round pick unprotected in that deal. And I think the Nets, that would be a tremendous deal if they're able to do that and get some of the assets the Warriors have as well.
So if I'm not mistaken, MPJ is what, 25?
20.
I think he's 25, something like that.
26. No. He's just about to be 29. So Porter, it was 27 now as of June.
So 27. If he was a little bit younger, because the part of me doesn't want to get off of him, if I'm being honest. A part of me wants to continue to build. And if I can get a young talent like MPJ to build with, if this was 2 or 3 years previous to this and he was playing like this, I wouldn't even entertain trading him. I would build off of him. But at 27 years old, he may be more suited for a win now situation or somebody that's closer to winning as opposed to a group like the Brooklyn Nets who are basically starting from scratch. And I do understand why that they would be looking to get off of him now, because again, at this particular moment with him, this is a sell high moment. And if Brooklyn got 5 ones for Mikal, I mean, what do you think that they could get for MPJ? I think that they can get. They might not be able to get 5 ones. Yeah. All right, let's say for the sake of argument they don't get 5 ones, but I think that they could get 3 at minimum.
They won't get 3 either, brother.
I'd be blown away if they got less than 3.
Well, Chill, you got to remember, like, their teams are aware of what everybody else is aware of, that he's in a high level situation because and he's maintaining efficiency, but he's like a volume king right now. I think he has too much sample size to what he looks like as an off-ball player, which is still a really good basketball player. It's not that he's a really good basketball player and a really efficient one, but MPJ, he's going to have the same deficiencies that he would have on a playoff team defensively. Like, some of the offensive stuff will still be there, but I don't know if they can get a first-round pick. But Chill, I would honestly say instead of getting like a couple swaps, I do think getting a 2032 late-round pick from the Warriors is probably more valuable than getting a couple more picks or a swap in another situation.
The Warriors, that 2032 pick that you talked about, I mean, that's 6 years from now.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of an issue with my microphone stand, but I'm all right, now I'm good. That 2032 pick that you talk about, I mean, that's 6 years from now. I have no idea what's going to happen 6 years from now, but we live in a space where, I mean, the NBA, there's a ridiculous amount of parity in the game right now. And with the amount of parity that's in the game right now, winning is paramount right now. Like, I can't think down the road of what's going to happen in 6 years. As a GM, I might not even have my job in 6 years. So if I could get something substantial for Michael Porter Jr., because these teams jump at the opportunity to make something happen right now. And I think I can get somebody to overpay for Michael Porter Jr. right now. I'm confident I can get somebody to overpay for him right now.
Yeah, I think it's the back injuries and stuff are going to be the thing to sell.
Is that still an issue though?
Yeah,
Swiper. I mean, I know it was an issue in Denver early on, but has he had those injuries?
Yeah, he was
recently?
told years ago in Denver that he probably can have a great career and a healthy career through about his being 31 years old. He was told that a long time ago. So
sure.
It's not that he can't have a great career after that, but just because of the nature of the back injury and how debilitating it was, but also just, what he has to do on a day-to-day maintenance standpoint to maintain his health. 31 seems to be the number he was given, at least. Doesn't mean that's, because, we serve an impossible God. So I'm not saying that like this will be the thing that ends his career, but there was always speculation that by the time he got in his 30s, there could be a world where he was definitely on a super pitch count, just because you don't know. But again, the advent of technology, hopefully that would help him, long term to be able to deal with like, having his back fused together. Just for people to understand, like his back is literally fused together. So
I just do not like how that sounds. That just sounds bad. It does.
Yeah. Well, he had, and I don't know, Mars, maybe you can think of something else, or you chill. I wouldn't ask Ron, because I don't even know if Ron, like, have you seen a basketball player like with 3 back surgeries where they had to fuse them like that? I mean, Larry Bird obviously had a, debilitating one that ended his career short.
It's what destroyed Larry Johnson's career too.
Larry Johnson, Ron, there's somebody else in our era that we remember that had like crazy back injuries that their career got shortened.
I can't think
T-Mac,
of
but that was like knee injuries.
Yeah.
Can't hear you,
T-Mac it was his back too.
Yeah.
I said Tracy McGrady. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's still what are we looking at? 4 or 5 years from now? And again, that's an estimation.
Yep.
It could be earlier, but it could also be later because with modern medicine, even though the central nervous system, as you guys know at home, the central nervous system is the only part of your body that doesn't heal itself. Everything else can heal itself. Your back, like your spine, it's very difficult for that to happen. So I just feel like at this particular moment, MPJ is one of those players that I look at and I think that I could get somebody to overpay for him, considering what he does, where we are in the league right now, which is a stretch offense, and that's the kind of player that he is, a stretch offense kind of player, at 6'10", and he can cause a lot of mismatches for teams. And I mean, what is that? I think he's on. If I'm not mistaken, I think he signed that deal in Denver for like 180.
He has 2 more years this year and next year.
He's got 2 more years on that deal. So, I mean, I think it's a pretty good value to get him on a group where they're trying to do something substantial.
Somebody will for sure come snatch up MPJ. If it's only 2 years left on that contract, as big as it is, and as much of a injury risk as he is, it's not an MB contract. It is a lot of money, but as of right now for the Brooklyn Nets, he's providing enough value to match that money. So like I could definitely see somebody coming and getting him. Now the question is, which contender?
Well, obviously the Thunder would be interesting. If they did that, that would be a great move.
And so, right along that, Swiper, we got a super chat from the official D3. Official D3 said, when OKC inevitably gets bounced in the second round of the playoffs, just like all the other reigning champs did in the previous years, Shea's hero ball isn't sustainable. OKC should be making moves for Michael Porter Jr. Thoughts?
Well, first of all, he doesn't play hero ball. That's how the offense is constructed. The offense is constructed for him to be the bucket getter. That's how the offense is constructed. It's not where, he's just shooting all the shots. No, he's just shooting all the shots because he's out of control. No, he's shooting all the shots because that's how the offense is. There isn't much ball movement. And in terms of a shot creator, I mean, SGA is a shot creator, and he's a playmaker, I think, for other people. If you put him in that offense with MPJ, I don't think it works as much as it does with Joker, because that offense in Denver is tailored more to Joker's skill set. And there's a lot more action off the ball with Joker as opposed to in Oklahoma City. There's a lot more standing around and watching with SGA because he's more of a one-on-one play. He's more of a shot.
Isn't that hero ball?
No, I don't. The reason why I don't think it's hero ball is because hero ball is not looking for other people. SGA is actually looking for other people. SGA is actually trying to get other people involved in the offense. But the offense is tailored for his game, which is him being a bucket getter and then a distributor. So I know bucket getters that just get the ball and they just go and they put their head down and they're not really interested in getting anybody else involved. SGA is actually interested in getting other people involved in the offense. The Oklahoma City Thunder making a move in quite possibly. Or the Warriors making a move. And I personally think, real talk, that the Warriors made their big splash, when they bagged Jimmy Butler, and it just hasn't worked. And it just hasn't worked. I mean, I think they're 0-4, Mars. You can fact check me on this, I'm not sure, but I think they're 0-4 when both Buckets and Curry score over 30 in the same game. They haven't won a game when both of those dudes are buckets.
Yeah, I don't even think the Warriors kind of have the money for Michael Porter Jr. because they've already, as you said, used it for Jimmy Butler. A lot of people have been saying Michael Porter Jr. to the Pistons, right? They kind of need a second side creator, a shot maker, and some shooting on that team alongside Cade Cunningham. I just think that if you are getting Michael Porter Jr., do not expect what he's doing in Brooklyn to come and for him to come to your team and do it. Because because he has the higher role there, right? So he's gonna go somewhere and slot down. And I think that should be the role. He's not a star player on the playoff contending team, so he should slot down and just be a shooter.
This is where you lose me though, Swipe, because like the Detroit logic, right? This is where I get lost. Because with the Detroit logic, I mean, what did you pay MPJ for? Because I mean, not pay MPJ. What did you pay Duncan Robinson for? Because essentially that's what MPJ is. He's a long ball shooter. Now he's added things to his game.
Oh.
Now he's added things to his game, like
vastly
putting the ball
different
on the floor.
players.
Now here's the difference. What does Michael Porter Jr. do primarily in your estimation?
Well, he's a wonderful.
Put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, wonderful,
okay, a bucket
terrific,
getter. Okay, but how does he put the ball in the basket?
He shoots threes. He drives.
Whichever way you want him to put it in the basket.
So he's McGrady, then, is what I'm understanding. So he
Wait, what?
He's who?
Put the ball in the
So
basket.
because he's a scorer, he's Tracy McGrady?
That's what it sounds like to me. Like
No.
Thomas is a scorer. Is he Kobe Bryant? Like,
I don't
what?
know. You tell me, Mars, because
No, you're a scorer. That's it. He's a scorer. It doesn't mean
I don't look
he's
at MPJ like that. I just look at him more like.
I don't know how you don't look at the guy averaging 20.
You look at him as a shooter, just a shooter.
Probably because of what I seen.
This guy who said Steph's a shooter, so I don't.
Probably for what I've seen in Denver, right? Probably what I seen.
No, but he is a
shooter too. I don't
he's
think of him
he's
like
a shooter, but
he's always been a scorer. Like he's never not been a scorer.
He scores predominantly from shooting.
Yeah, I guess. But he's a shooter. I'm kind of with Chill on that. He's doing this because he's in Brooklyn. There's nobody else to. I mean, besides Cam Thomas, who's really creating shots and stuff. In
I didn't even know he could put the ball on the floor.
On any contending team,
that he's a scorer.
I get it, but I'm saying on any contending team, he's not going to be doing what he's doing right now.
I mean, he's always been able to put up 1, 2, 3 dribbles and get to the spot and
1,
shoot.
2, 3 dribble pull up. That's a shooter.
But I mean, even drive. He can drive by. I've seen him bang on multiple people driving by. I think the issue with Porter is when the offense gets to a certain place and it gets stagnant, he doesn't necessarily have the ability to make the offense work.
Yeah, he's not going to shot create.
But he also is a really good rebounder for a forward. He also is a good rim protector for a forward on, like, if you're rotating. I'm saying, like, if you're just doing a basic rotation stuff, you know, he's 6'10" and like 7'4" wingspan or whatever else it is. And he tried, and he's stronger than you realize. He'll bump you. He's a good offensive rebounder as well for a wing. He's better than Duncan Robinson by a lot. And I think he would help, like, Detroit a lot if Cade Cunningham had that kind of offensive player on this roster.
I'm not saying that he's Duncan. I'm not saying that he's not better than Duncan Robinson. What I'm saying is that as a shooter, that's better
shooter too.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you paid Duncan Robinson $44 million. He was brought in to shoot the basketball. Now you're bringing in MPJ Mars, to your point, to now be more of a bucket getter, not just a shooter, but he's a shooter and he's a scorer in other aspects. Duncan Robinson is primarily a catch and shoot guy, because if I got to watch Jalen Brunson run him off the long ball line one more time, I'm going to crash my car into oncoming traffic. I can't handle it. I really can't, because he's 6'8" and he should be able to do that. And I think that MPJ, he doesn't allow people to, especially smaller guys. When y'all played against Denver, when y'all played against the Lakers in the playoffs, I mean, he was shooting over the top of Austin Reeves. He would shoot over the top of guys like Christian.
That was by far his best series of his career, though.
But those guys aren't running him off the long ball line.
But as soon as they played, a team with some length and athleticism that could match him at his position, he went to try. Now, maybe he was hurt or whatever. I don't know, but
he's a limited player.
Because he's not a scorer like that.
You can be a scorer who's limited.
He can't put the ball on the floor for real.
You can be a scorer who's limited. That doesn't change that you're a scorer.
I guess. Is Lauri Markkanen a scorer to you?
Scorer. He's a scorer. Yes.
I guess we just have different definitions.
Yeah.
Different definitions.
There's different.
Lauri Markkanen is a shooter that scores.
Yeah, this is who prone out. I'll ask them how they identify. I don't know. Cool. They got it. I'm cool. I guess wherever they are. Shout out to them.
Because what it sounds to me, Ma, is like there's different levels of scorers, and there's scorers who are more limited than other scorers. That doesn't mean that I'm not a bucket getter. All right, I can definitely get with that. You get your buckets on 2 dribble pull-ups. You get your buckets on counters. You get your buckets on force. Like, and I think that there's different variations of scorer. MPJ is a scorer who shoots over the top of smaller guys. He's a 1-2 dribble pull-up, 1-2 dribble pull-up shooter. He doesn't have a lot of counters when it comes to slowing him, when it comes to stopping this one thing. If he puts the ball on his floor with his left hand, 2 dribbles, if you stop that, he's not going to back out and step back and give you a whole bunch of other stuff in his offense. That's not his game. No, that's never really been his game. Now, what has been his game is in transition, I can catch and shoot, and if you close out on me, if you're smaller, I'll just shoot right over the top of you. If I catch the ball in the right wing and I face up and you're smaller than me, I will create some space and I'll just shoot right over the top of you because I'm 6'10". Now, I'm not throwing the ball between my legs 8, 9, 10 times, and that's not what Denver's offense was. Denver's offense was more ball movement. Denver's offense was more action off the basketball, operating off Joker. So I only saw a limited sample of MPJ's skill set. I remember MPJ when he first got with the Nuggets, and what I had said was he kind of reminds me of Reggie Miller, who can rebound. That's what he reminded me of. Reggie Miller, but can rebound and play more defense.
Chill. If the Pistons got MPJ, they don't need him. That's what they need him to do. They don't need him out there being Tracy McGrady. You know what I mean? Like they don't.
Well, he can't be that, even if he
I know. I'm just saying,
he can't even be bad back McGrady. That's cool.
But I'm saying. I mean, y'all know why I said that because Chip said T-Mac. So it's like he's far better than Duncan Robinson, but he's not Tracy McGrady. But they like if the Pistons traded for him, they don't need him to do what he's doing on the Nets right now. You know what I mean? They don't even need him to do all that. So MPJ will be a great move for them, a great pickup.
What do they need him to do though? If MPJ is in Detroit, what exactly is what's suffice for him being in Detroit? What do they need him to do, Swiper?
Well, he'd immediately be the best shooter on the team, right?
He's somebody else second
best offensive player. He immediately attracts more attention from Cade than anybody else on that team with his off-ball movement. Just like you also outlined, he can shoot over people as well. So if he gets a mismatch, there's somebody else they can go to for that. Like, just another offensive weapon. Right now, it's kind of Cade in them, right? They need another Cade, somebody, and then in them. So
that is
Michael Porter Jr. can be the second somebody. Yeah.
Shout out to Jalen and still rebound. He's like you said, he's a solid rebound. If he comes over there, he still rebounds. You know, score on the move, catch the ball on the move, catch and shoot. You know, that's all. He doesn't have to come and do the same thing he's doing right now to this level, at least. You know what I mean? But the Nets need to make that trade. I think.
Miles, what's the gap between?
I think Detroit should go try to get MPJ. But on top of that, I think the Nets need to move off of MPJ right now while he's playing at this level. You know what I'm saying? We've all seen him get hurt before. He can't. I mean, anybody can get hurt, but you know he got a history. And on top of that, he's playing great basketball right now. So go see what they can get for him. If they can get another young player, maybe a good defender, some picks, you know, whatever it is. I think they should move off of MPJ yesterday.
Ox, you were adamant. So before it was marketing, now it's MPJ. Which one is it more for you?
No. It's always Laurie.
Oh, it's still marketing. Okay,
it's always Laurie.
If Detroit, I knew you were adamant in Detroit about.
I just think as far as what Danny Ainge is going to ask for and what the guys in Brooklyn are going to ask for, I think they could probably get MPJ for a little less than Laurie. But if you can't get Laurie, you get Laurie. Laurie's better than MPJ. Laurie's going to move the needle a little more than MPJ too. But
Mars, what's the gap between MPJ as a long ball shooter and Duncan Robinson? Is it a substantial gap? I ain't talking about players. Let's make sure that we're clear. I'm not talking about players. I'm talking about a guy who I'm open in the corner, catch the basketball, shoot the basketball. I'm open at the top of the key, catch the basketball, shoot the basketball. Coming off a screen, catch the basketball, shoot the basketball. What's the gap between MPJ and Duncan Robinson?
I don't think there is that much of a gap. I think they're quite equal. It's just 3-point shooters. Duncan Robinson is one of the best shooters on the planet. So is MPJ. I don't think there's a large gap between those two in that regard.
And not as shooters, but just basketball players. MPJ.
MPJ is the way better player, but
that part
3-point shooters. Yeah, I think it's comparable.
I think where the divide is with me is the Detroit Pistons. To your point, real talk, they need a secondary scorer. Duncan Robinson is a shooter. I kind of classify MPJ like that, but y'all telling me that he's more of a scorer than he is a shooter. MPJ getting moved. Oklahoma City possibly making a move. Brooklyn coming off of him. If he was younger, I would much rather him stay in Brooklyn. But if the Brooklyn Nets, if their plan is to build for the future, MPJ at 27 years old probably isn't the best way to go. You probably should be looking to get some draft picks to expand on your team as opposed to building around MPJ and selling. And MPJ right now, as in terms of an option, is definitely sell high. I'm selling high on MPJ. Yes, I am, and I'm confident, Ox, that I could get. I'm confident that I could get a team. Right? I'm confident that I could get a team to overpay for him. And Double Agent said that's young. You know what's even you know what's young in the NBA? 20. That's young. 21. 27. That's how old SGA is. That's how old Jason Tatum is. You don't want to put Jason Tatum in Brooklyn, do you?
MPJ was better than both of them at one point.
You don't want you don't want to put SGA in New Orleans, do you? No, you don't. No.
Yeah, actually. Well, no, not Tatum, but
yeah, but SGA, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You don't want to put those guys.
He was better too in 21.
Okay. I just
I mean, I don't know. Utah keeping on to Larry Markkinen. He's older than MPJ.
Now remember when they got him though. They got him 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
And he's 28 now, and they're still rebuilding.
Yeah, and he was
and that probably worse than Brooklyn.
I think that they did a bad job in building around him though.
They're still trying to build around him.
Yeah, they are still trying to build around him. I get that part, but I think he was 24 when he first got on the crew. 24 when he first got on the crew, which, I mean, I don't think that that's that old at all. But again, if you got a guy like Lauri Markkinen in Utah and you building around him, you got to get the draft picks right. Did they get the draft picks right? Did they?
One of them. They have a young burgeoning star at the very least.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. How about Walker Kessler? Did they get that right?
Yeah, he got that. They got that right. Mm-hmm. And he was a Minnesota draft pick, but technically, but they got that right for sure.
Sure.
Yeah. I think he's a really good player.
That's I'm like,
what's the power forward they got? Mars that doesn't play a lot.
Filipowski, Taylor Hendricks.
Yep.
Which one?
He was supposed to be really good. He was a top 10 pick. Cody was a top 10 pick. He just
did they get that right?
No, but I understand there are a lot.
Well, right now, no. Career's on over. He's 20.
Right.
No.
So no.
I want Cody out that draft too. So
Ooh. They just drafted Ace. We'll see how Ace turns out.
Ace looks like he's going to be good eventually.
So the $1 million question is what would MPJ? You are the Brooklyn Nets, Swiper, and Oklahoma City. You got me on line one. What's it going to cost me to get MPJ over here?
They're handing Lou Dort over with an urgency, in an expediency, with an immediacy, with haste, with the quickness, whatever word from Harry Potter you need to use. They're handing Lou Dort over plus whatever they have to give up in that deal. In not even a question. Not even a question.
Harried uppiness.
Yeah.
I'm going to need that Clipper pick too, by the way.
No, you're not getting
Hand it over.
You're not getting Clippers pick for MPJ, brother.
Hand that over.
It's the panel. Religion get built on cam. Where the chat throw smoke and the host go ham. You ain't never seen Hoop Talk hit the raw. Every take got weight, every night we drop. This that barbershop. Courtside, worldwide tone. Welcome to the only show that really feel like numbers jumping like the score.